I did a little bit tracking on my journal just now to take down some of the notes on what I did last week and what I'm going to do this week, because last week was basically like a midterm break, a non-teaching week, so that I didn't need to go to uni to have classes. Even though it sounds like a break, I was still working all the time and then trying to catch up some of the work that I haven't finished before. Last weekend I actually had fun because I tried squash for the first time, and then I also joined a friend's birthday lunch to meet a bunch of friends together. And then I also going around the city because the weather was so nice. I also went kayaking. Yeah, I have a busy week last week, but then I also have a wonderful weekend, so that today as a Monday, it's just so hard for me to switch myself into like a working productive mode, but I still have this guest lecture need to be done. This day, I spent the morning in bed because I couldn't get up early. I think it was because I burned the midnight oil the night before practicing my guest lecture. I had a quick lunch after I woke up, and I headed straight to the campus and got an iced latte to get myself into the exciting mode. As I made my way to the lecture hall, I realized that I have arrived early. The good thing was that I could set up slides without hurrying, but I did wait for a while until the class began. It felt unreal to give a lecture here. I used to sit in this room as a master's student, but now I could stand at the front and talk about things related to my research. How cool is that? Hi everyone, so I'll be giving you this lecture today. Before we get started, here is the weekly fun part. I guess a lot of you might notice that yesterday we lost an hour of sleep because of this. I'm very curious, like what would be the first thing that pops into your mind if you think about this idea of platform. So now the question is how to study platforms. Today I want to introduce you this method that they can actually combine all these aspects. I finished my class now. After the class, I chatted with the tutors in the subject. They all said it was great. Although I didn't have any strong feelings, I was glad it was over. But it's not the time to relax yet. So I found a place to continue with work, mostly preparing my other classes in the week. When you get up late in the morning, you might find that the day becomes shorter. I spent the afternoon doing teaching-related stuff, and it was dinner time. And I decided to head to the city and get takeaway as a reward for finishing the work. Hi everyone, I'm back home. And I'm so tired. Yeah, I didn't chat much about the lecture today because I actually wanted to record something, but after I finished the lecture, I just felt like my brain was fried and then I don't know what to say. So I didn't film anything. I just went to another place and to work for a little bit until it became late. But yeah, I think today was okay. I didn't have any strong feelings somehow. It's supposed to be an hour and a half for the lecture, and then I already tried to include everything that I wanted to talk, but I actually ended earlier, so I finished at around an hour, and I guess the students, they didn't realize that I will end at such an early time. So when I say that's all for today, it just went silent for a little while, and then I saw people clapping. I definitely think that I could make it better, but then I also felt that I already tried hard enough and I still have lots of other work need to be done. The amount of time that I spent on preparing this guest lecture is limited, but then it's good that I feel like I spent less time compared to last guest lecture that I gave a couple months ago. So yeah, that's some small improvement. I think sometimes you just need to try a couple of times that you can get better. I don't think anyone could be like a perfect, like only if you are a genius. It's just hard to reach that perfect level when you first get started.
I wake up to you in the morning. You tell me how you're feeling. Seem like your body don't know how to hold you. So maybe I can instead. You got so many battles you don't need to fight. feel it with you every time it isn't feeling right. I wish I could take your place.
So earlier today, I wasn't really feeling myself, like the productive self, so I woke up quite late in the morning. That's why I only have time to have a quick lunch, rush to the school to prepare for my guest lecture. But then after I finished the lecture, some part of me felt relaxed because there's like a big thing that in this semester, and I finished that. Now it's almost 9 o'clock. I think I will go shower and just chill the rest of the night. Maybe do some editing on my videos because I was so busy. So many things going on in my life, and then sometimes I'm just like struggling to find time to do something. Lots of things that are not too hard to do, like whether it is teaching, doing research, making videos, or writing a paper, like all these kind of things, they are not super duper hard. Well, they probably are a little bit difficult at the beginning, but once you get to it and once you find time doing it, really like spend time doing it and crafting your skills, they're actually not too hard to do it. Yeah, what I was trying to say is that I guess I haven't been vlogging that much because of the busy schedule, but I try to keep that creative part of me on track. I'm going to take a shower now. This is probably the end of today's vlog. I hope you liked today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!